I'm back already, ladies and gentlemen, lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. Evidently, I have quite a few. Oh, I was just looking back at that other video, watching it back, and it put me in the mind of a lot of different camping shenanigans that unfolded in my life. One time, I was camped. Oh, and by the way, I used to decorate the site. I have a sign that I had made. It's vinyl or something. You know, you can roll it up. And it says Camp Lonesome Dove because I'm a Lonesome Dove freak. And I'd put blinky lights around it and, always display that. And just decorate and go crazy and rig this, that, and the other. A couple of gentlemen with whom I became actually good friends over the years came over and said, "We've been watching you. You've not stopped moving since you got here." And I said, "Well, that's how it is." Okay. One time I was camping somewhere fairly locally. And, there was a lot of commotion up by the restroom area, and here a lady was raped in there. They didn't catch the person either at that moment, and I had become kind of friendly with a group across the street, one guy in particular. He was there, it was like an AA outing or something, like celebrating, I don't know, a year clean and sober, whatever they do, and we went hiking together, and nothing like that, ladies and gentlemen. This is all in the reign of perpetual. But I was very nervous about that situation in the bathroom, clearly. So that guy, what a nice guy he was, I forget his name now, he stayed in my hammock out front, like, I don't know, 20 yards or something from my tent to kind of protect me that night. I thought that was really sweet. Oh, what else? So many things. Oh my God, I've been stuck in downpours and closing up camp in the pouring down rain and trying to load a kayak on the top of Aunt Liz's car by myself, and just crazy behavior, ladies and gentlemen, but always something fun. One time I remember I was over at, I forget the park now, Jamestown, I think, and there's an area, I didn't use electric usually, I went to a non-electric site, although when I got a little bit older I started to rent the electric sites just to make it a little easier. But it was way down in the woods, and it was this huge site with, trees, no sun at all, and real close to the lake for my kayaking pleasure. And oh my gosh, I camped there from, must have been Friday to Wednesday. Came home, got my deadline done on Thursday, and one day, mind you, ladies and gentlemen, sold a ton of ads, did this, typed that, turned in the other, and was back out at that campground like 36 hours after I left or something. I mean, I was really into it, is the point. So in terms of the tarp, I've been nicknamed the Tarp Queen because there's nothing more thrilling to me than getting a brand new tarp, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, wrestling with those alone is just out of control. Oh, and I have a really neat tent. It's called an Insta-Tent, and it kind of goes along with the name. You put it down, and it has more like sort of an umbrella mechanism where you pop it out and just raise it up and the whole tent raises. There's none of this putting posts in and any of that jazz. It's an Insta-Tent. I think it takes 5 minutes to put up by yourself. So that's cool. But one time I was over at the end of the road here, just over in Linesville, and we were having hideous winds. And those gentlemen I told you about earlier that we got to be friends over the years, we would camp by each other and have dinner together and, sit around the campfire and all that jazz. They even tried to help me. I mean, nothing was going to go up. The wind was so strong. My tarp, there was no handling it, even with help. So I just said, forget about it, and dropped everything to the ground, kind of pegged it in, and slept in the van. And this is when I started to get into more of the van camping, ladies and gentlemen. And this is when I had the black van. But in Edna, what I do is I put mosquito netting over the windows. I have a huge sheet of it. I think it would go over the whole van. And just sleep in there. It's a lot easier. So, anyhow, I don't know, just a little update on the camping information. We're surrounded by campgrounds, totally. I mean, like I said, it's a resort area. But, another neat place in Pennsylvania to camp is called Prince Gallitzin State Park. It's near Johnstown, PA, sort of. It's about 20 miles north, I think. It's near a little town called Coalport, PA. My son's first love, when he was 15, lived in Coalport. And we would drive over there, and I would camp. That was a nice place, ladies and gentlemen. I highly recommend it if you're looking for a campground in Pennsylvania. Perhaps I should be a camping guide of some sort. Okay, well, anyhow, that's all. Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me bloviating madly about camping.